Hello people, it's me Michelle and I'm back sewing again. So as you can see, I have already started on my string quilt here. Currently on the greens. I did do some of the blues already, and I decided that the white was going to be the continual strip there to make everything sort of connect. The reason why I chose white is very simple. It's because I have a lot of white scraps. So I've already ironed a lot of this stuff and cut into strips, although a lot of it was already strips, so that was very convenient. These aren't all the blues I have. I just got kind of sick and tired of doing blue. So I'm gonna finish up on these greens, and then I'm probably gonna go into the pinks and the reddish colors I have. I'm sure most of you have seen this style before. It is a great scrap buster. I highly recommend it. You may also notice that my audio is very crisp and good and even. That is because my husband got me a good wireless microphone. Let me introduce you to what I am using. This is a 9.5-inch square quilting ruler. That's my fabric cutting rotary. This is my paper cutting rotary. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm using the newspaper because I didn't want to use fabric. I didn't want to waste any fabric. I didn't want any extra weight. I didn't want any extra bulk. This is the best way to get rid of all these extra newspapers. I can only cook so much bacon. So all I do is I put the ruler right on top, and then I just go all the way around. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And at the end, I can just rip all the papers out. A little bit time consuming, sure, but well worth it. I'm just going to quickly walk you through this. What I do is I take my white strip, which is white all throughout, my middle strip, starting strip. I cut them all into 2 inches. I am currently on the greens as I am doing each block in one color. Different shades of green, of course, and these are all cut into varying sizes. So they're not all 2 inches or 2.5 inches. The biggest is 2.5 inches, but they do go down to, I believe, 1.5 inches. And all I do is right sides together, right on top there, pin it in place, and then I put it under my machine. The foot is directly on the edge there. And then I just continue. I just continue building down and making sure that there's enough to cover each area. And it really is that simple. Once all the pieces are put onto the paper, you just grab a ruler and you cut all the way around. All right, I am down to this much blue left. The reason why I'm not going to bother using any more of this is because the colors are so similar that it would just be a bunch of strips of the exact same shade of blue, and I don't think that's interesting or worth the time or trouble. So we're done with the blue, just about done with the green. So my next color I might go with is the pink. And I have dark reds, lighter reds, so that's cool. And I do have brown, but I don't know. We'll save that. All right, there's so much yellow I have, so that'll be really quick and easy to use that up. Maybe I'll just go with my yellow next just to deplete it. Oh, I do have this. These are aquas. Okay. Orange, kind of. I got some oranges and some weird stuff in here. This is my gray. That's it. I'm not gonna bother. I will prepare the yellows next. is how she looks. This is the one I've decided on because it kind of has an interesting pattern going on. It's not perfect, but I used what I had. I made do, and I just think this is probably the most vibrant one. I did also try it randomized, and it didn't look bad that way either, but this is the one that I am going to go with. Let me do some math, and I'll tell you what the estimated size should be. It's 54 by 63. A good throw size for the couch. I'm trying to bring color in here. I used to be someone who only did black and gray for everything, but yeah, I've been bringing color into my life now, so I just needed splashes of color. So let's just put it together and see how it looks. All right, I'm gonna start by doing rows going down. I think that would be the best way, and then go this way with it. Made a little bit of an error here. They should be going like this, making sort of like a chevron thing. And then look at this guy. So I have to flip this one around. So I saw a funny meme today, and it was the one where the guy is opening a book, and on the outside of the book it says how to save money, and then the inside of the book it says hay comida en la casa, cabrón, and then the last part is him crying. Where was I? And you can't fully see me, but it is up to the bridge of my nose, which means this will be good to sort of lay around with on the couch. Cool. I'm quite pleased. Grab a pin, because now she's got some weight to her. She's a growing girl. Ugh, I hate this angle, man. It's like I'm trying to hook a fish. Ugh, I'm dropping everything. Welcome to das wieder. Ganz schön. Alles Gute. Zum Geburtstag. Oh, you fucker. Changed my shirt. I was doing a little bit of editing, and I thought, is that shirt too small for me? Definitely too small for me. It shrunk in the wash. I had to slow my roll a bit. I don't know what I was doing earlier, but I did actually put some things together wrong, and I had to take them back apart. And then when I took them all apart, I said, okay, calm down, take it easy. Let's just enjoy the process. Let's take it nice and slow, no rushing. Then I went ahead and I squared everything up, and it looks so much better now. It looks so much better now. And I had a picture, and I've been going by the picture and making sure everything's exactly as it should be. And I had because sometimes I do this thing where I'm like, oh, who cares? It's for me anyway. Oh, who cares? It's just scraps. It's like, no, that's the wrong mentality to take. None of my stuff is perfect. None of my stuff. None of my stuff. Nothing I make is perfect, and that's fine. But as long as effort was put in, that's what's important. Don't cheat yourself, okay? This has been a motivational speak from yours truly. You're welcome. Oh no. Hey, I've gone so long basically raw dogging my videos that I forget that I should definitely make sure I'm mic'd up. So, yeah, you know, before I go anywhere, for anyone who thinks that I started a giveaway and haven't given anything away, I absolutely did give something away. I gave away 3 Ziploc bags of scraps. And if you didn't know about it, it's probably because you skipped around in that last video I posted and you missed it. So actually this one right here looks pretty darn square. It's one of the better ones. A lot of these have been lopsided. Well, actually, it's not darn square. It's a little bit lumpy. So I'm gonna, I can't say I'm gonna, because every time I do, I hear Dave from Dave's Craft. I'm gonna. I feel like Dave. I'm gonna set that up here. I've been doing kind of 2 at a time and everything. I got 3 rows done.
3 more to go.
Sorry, that was cringe. Good morning, welcome back. It is another day. I've got my coffee. I'm straight out the shower. I'm wearing my Final Fantasy shirt. This is a chocobo, and it's time to begin. 4 rows done. Let me get this out of the way. Ugh, this light I got from China. We have fun here, boys. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some of these rows together because I want to take a little break from ironing and squaring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively wind a bobbin because I hate stopping midway through. It's not fun. Nobody wants to do this. We are looking at a heat wave coming our way starting tomorrow. 1 second. I discovered a new quilting YouTube channel last night. I mean, it looks like she's been making videos for a year. Her name is Rachel Quilts. And the reason why I bring her up is because, let me see what her actual username is. Time-2-sew. And the reason why I bring her up is because I stumbled upon her last night. Let me actually show you what I'm talking about. I know this is really random. That quilt, I saw that and I was like, yo, I want to make something like that. I've actually never done curves before, so I want to give that a try. Look at it. I don't know if you guys know who this is or anything, if you found her, but she's very down to earth. I like her a lot. I watched this whole video last night and subscribed, of course. I'm gonna go with the first 2 to start. Unpin that. Unpin this. Okay, blue before green. So while I'm trying to match everything up, let me just share with you a little bit that's been going on. So this guy, this old guy, he did, I mean, kind of subtracted a commercial cleaning job to me, but he did it in a way that where he gives me a portion of the money he makes from it. But I don't know, it really wasn't worth the amount of money that he was giving me. And if I were to take it, then it's no days off because it has to be done every single night. And for some reason, this guy just won't let it go. He's talking about retiring soon, but it's like he feels obligated to continuously do the laundromat. And anyway, it was only $20 an hour. And that's really, like, I don't know, it wasn't worth it because of the hassle. Because some of the customers there, they'll purposely get in your way, they'll act defiant, they won't let you do your job. They get like a really weird attitude. I'm not really sure why, but especially the younger women, the ones who look to be in their 20s, they are so difficult to deal with. They just kind of get this weird aura vibe. They get like a vibe like every other woman is out for their weaselly boyfriends, and it's just not the case. So it's like, no, I just need you to move so I can clean this vent. I prefer to do residential, and you know, the standard charge for residential is about $50 an hour. I'm nice, I charge $45, but those are like a few and far in between. Usually people will schedule those out monthly. I allow bi-monthly as well because it doesn't really bother me. As long as they're relatively clean people, it's not that big of a deal. So anyway, I told the guy I don't want to do his commercial job anymore. It's just not for me. It's not my style. And he was like, oh, but I just took vacation. And I said, you can do on vacation. I'll cover you for that. So, you know, no problem. I have no problem doing it for 10 days. And so he's like, oh, okay. But ever since then, and I told him this back in the end of April, maybe the very beginning of May, I'm not sure. And Ever since then, he's kind of been nonstop asking, hey, are you still covering for this time span? Hey, just checking in, are you still covering? Hey, just want to make sure you're, it's like, calm down, dude. I told you I was going to do this. I'm going to do it. Just because I didn't want to take over this awful job permanently doesn't mean I'm going to ruin your vacation. Like, come on. He hired me as my company name, so I'm not going to, especially not going to do something stupid like tell him I'll do something and then not. I mean, I wouldn't anyway, but like, calm down, man. So yeah, I don't know, kind of a dumb story, but it's that same guy in one of my last videos that just went through and blew my phone up because he decided to unlike all of the messages that he had previously liked. I don't know. I actually recently cleaned the walls in someone's house. It was a lot of work, but I just view it as a workout I got paid to do. This one's a little bit longer on the bottom there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slice that off. This is like behind the scenes. People who buy quilts have no idea the little unexpected errors that occur. I'm just going to go ahead and put this back up here just to keep track of what goes where. And I'll get the other two put together and then I'll iron them and then I'll get those together and then I'll just continue on what I was doing. Where's my bird? All right. Excellent news. Down to the last block on the last row. I've got 4 rows put together and I got 2 more. And then it's done. It's all gonna be done. I am exhausted. I just wanna be done with this already. It's taken way longer than I anticipated because, you know, life happens, right guys? I'm not a retired gent. Plus, maybe you guys all have this issue. You're working on the one thing, but you can't stop thinking about all the other things you want to get started on. So while I'm finishing this up, let me just give you a little sneak peek on what's to come. Like I mentioned earlier, I definitely want to do that really cool curved quilt. And then there are 2 weddings coming up. My brother is getting married and a former coworker is getting married. So I've already got some vintagey looking fabric that I want to use on the one for my brother. It's basically reproduction print that's inspired by some of the vintage stuff. So I think that's gonna look really cool. And for the former coworker, she is flamboyantly gay, so I think she would appreciate rainbow. And I'm going to do double wedding ring for both of them. I have a fabric bundle and it's so cool, but I haven't found the perfect thing to make with it yet. I've got some ideas, but nothing quite to fruition at the moment. And then of course I still have to finish a couple of quilt tops and definitely got to finish that pixel quilt. That's for my stepdaughter and I know that she would love to have it finally done. I just kind of set it aside because of all the time it was taking, but I think I'm just going to slow my roll and I'm going to just go ahead and make it. It's the final countdown. No, 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 no. Smoothly. Here we are. We're on the last row. So exciting. My plan after finishing this top is I am getting back in the shower because there is coming a huge heat wave. It's going to be vile, absolutely disgusting, from tomorrow, which is Sunday, until Tuesday. So I'm going to straighten my hair because for those of you who have curly hair, you know darn well what humidity does to it and how uncomfortable it feels anyway to have just, it feels like a rug. It feels like I have a ferret on my neck. Oh shit. Oh well. No wait, do I care? Do I care right now? See that? I hate I hate when that happens. So I'm just gonna drop trowel and hold it back up and start it again. He's done. Okay. Where am I? Okay. All done. Pretty good. Comes to right here, my schnoz, about the same area that I put it at before. So it's gonna be perfectly comfy and nice. Just for couch usage, and it's gonna add a lot of flavor to the living room. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.